Okay, guys, we have some NBA draft rumors starting. This one comes from Krysten of Yahoo Sports. She says that the Utah Jazz are interested in Bronny James and might take him with the 32nd pick. Krysten writes, the Jazz have expressed interest in bringing Bronny in for an individual workout and could be interested in him with the 32nd pick, sources told Yahoo Sports. The franchise has been patiently rebuilding behind the leadership of Danny Ainge, and bringing in Bronny with the hopes of luring a superstar like LeBron could be the jump owner Ryan Smith is looking for to add a spark to the Jazz. This is a really interesting bit of news from Krysten, and I think it has some merit for a couple of reasons. First, I think Bronny James is actually a lot better than what he was given credit for at USC. First off, he left that season because he literally had a heart attack, and so he wasn't able to be his best self that season, and then he comes back and tries to figure things out. That had to be incredibly hard. He then goes to the NBA Draft Combine recently and was one of the best three-point shooters in the Combine. He looked fantastic. Now, Bronny is not his dad. He's not as big as LeBron James, but he does have great athleticism. He can shoot the ball. His biggest thing is that he looks a little passive at times, especially at USC. But if he gets in a good situation, he might be able to blossom into something really nice. And I think if the Utah Jazz want to pick someone at 32 like Bronny James, who has some upside there, it's not a bad pick. And there are benefits to that as well. Don't forget, Dwayne Wade is a part owner of the Utah Jazz, is obviously friends with LeBron James, and he might be interested in bringing Bronny to the Jazz and maybe trying to get LeBron James to the Jazz. That would break the internet more than anything ever if LeBron James decides to leave the Lakers to go to the Jazz. Could you imagine if that happened? It would be bonkers. Do I think that's going to happen? Most likely not, but never say never. If LeBron James wants to play with his son, it could be in Utah. The other thing is this brings great publicity to Utah. You bring Bronny James to the Jazz as a most likely non-playoff team next season than they would have had anyway. And in a draft like this one that's not very good, you can do worse than drafting Bronny James in the second round with the 32 pick than some other guy who likely won't pan out anyway. The success rate of second round picks is extremely low. So the chance for Utah to bring in Bronny James to the Jazz is at worst a good shot at a player that has some promise to develop. And if the Jazz are not good next year, Bronny James will likely get a lot of time. And the Jazz may even get a lot of games on ESPN as a tanking team if that's what they do, just because Bronny James is on the floor. So it makes a lot of sense. Do I think it's going to happen? We'll see. I think it's possible. There's also one other element to discuss here. This puts pressure on the Los Angeles Lakers because the Los Angeles Lakers are the team probably everyone expects to go for Bronny James. If the Jazz are threatening the Lakers that they're going to take Bronny James with the 32nd pick and the Lakers can't get him, does that force the Lakers to make some sort of trade with the Jazz? Do the Jazz want to make something happen with the Lakers that can clear the deck for Utah, bring 3 Lakers picks over here, maybe take the protections off the 2027 pick of the Lakers the Jazz already have, and maybe some sort of Larry Markkinen move? Possibly. Things might be happening, and what we've heard from the NBA Draft Combine is that Danny Ainge is doing his work. So don't be surprised if something crazy happens soon. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you next time.